Aquaba. Hey, good golf fam. I just said welcome in Tree, which is a native language to Ghana, which is where I currently am. And I know you're thinking, Jamie, why are you in Ghana? Well, I come here very often. It's one of my favorite places to visit. I have some business here and things of that nature, but most importantly, I'm bringing 15 women from the United States here this week coming up to have their first experience in Ghana. I've been coming here since 2022, and you're like, what does that have to do with golf? Well, as you may already know, I do golf travel trips. I take women in particular to different places around the world and even within the U.S. to play golf, learn golf, do like learn and plays where I do some clinics, and then we go on golf courses, and of course we have cultural experiences. Now, I say all that to say I'm not bringing this particular group here for that because coming all the way to Ghana, the golf courses here are decent, but most of these women are not golfers. These are actually people in my friends and family group who just wanted to experience Ghana, and they wanted to do it with me because I've been here so many times. However, I do have some of my pro friends in this group, so we will be playing golf at one of my favorite golf courses here called Achimota Golf Club. It's in Accra. It's a public course, and I will be showing you images of that probably in the next newsletter, just because I won't have gotten there before then. And I'm excited to share that with them and share it with you because, again, it's one of my favorite golf courses here. And so I possibly could do a golf trip here at some point, but my real purpose for being here is, as I said, for the cultural experience and showing people my love for this country. But I will speak about why I love playing golf in other countries and why I take groups of people to other countries to learn golf. Because I love to travel the world, I've learned that playing golf in other countries is far different than playing golf in the United States. For example, because golf is less accessible, less accessible in other countries. You can't have, so there's not as many courses, and for the average person, playing golf is just not something they can afford. You oftentimes go to the golf course meeting people who are pretty high up in the society. So, presidents of different societies and groups, people with lots of wealth, owners of major businesses here. Like one of my favorite friends who I play golf with owns several hotels here and a few other companies. And these are people that I can tell you honestly, if I was not playing golf, I would never cross paths with them. Not because I'm like down here and they're up here, but the reality is our worlds just don't collide on a regular basis. And because I don't live here, especially, I just would not have met them any other place and had time to interact with them. So when I'm meeting these people, not only am I on a golf course with them up to maybe 4 hours, because we always play a minimum of 18 holes, and we typically walk, because that's another reason why people play golf more in other countries. I think they typically like to use it for exercise. But we truly do network in the traditional sense. I mean, I'm learning about their business and what they do. They're learning about me. And of course, me being able to play golf at a proficient level helps because then they see me as someone who takes the game seriously. And I mention that because the reason why I created the 10K Golf app is because a lot of people, when you're learning the game of golf, we're so fixated on learning how to hit the ball well. And I want to clarify that hitting the ball well does not equate to playing golf competently or seriously. Yes, you want to be good enough so that you can keep a good score and be able to keep up. But it's really about understanding the etiquette, because they take that very seriously in other countries, understanding the rules and knowing how to navigate the course comfortably, and of course being able to adjust to whatever rules that they may have in the area. Those are all things that make you look like a good golfer, whether you hit the ball far or not. And I want to be clear, everyone that I play with in other countries aren't always great golfers, but what they do very consistently, because golf isn't just a thing people do, is they do practice quite a bit. I mean, an average newbie that I've interacted with that maybe just started golf for the last 1 or 2 years in other countries typically plays a minimum of 4 to 5 days a week, even if they're an entrepreneur or they're a work, and it's because they really want to get good at the game as quickly as possible, because they want to be able to do what I just mentioned, is network, be able to play with other people for their business, be able to go to other countries. And also, although you can play public golf here in Ghana, without having a handicap. Most countries do require you to have a handicap before you can even play on the course, which means you already have to have learned the game well enough and be able to score before you can even go and play, so that you can show that you have some level of competency. So that's something I want you guys to keep in mind, that if you are a traveler like me and you want to play golf in other countries and possibly network for your business in other countries, that you do need to learn how to play golf at a proficient level. And that is the purpose of using the app, because the app will help you get there in a much shorter amount of time than maybe if you just do what you've been doing, which is taking lessons here and there, taking classes and so forth. But also what I find is that golf is a game that teaches you several things when it comes to your business and how it correlates with making you a better business leader. First of all, strategic thinking. So how to take risks at the right time, how to play it safe at the right time, right? You have to understand that when you're playing a round of golf, because if you do want to score well, you can't just hit the ball as far as possible, right? You have putting and chipping and things around the green that require some finesse. It also teaches you emotional regulation, so how to keep your emotions in check, because of course you're not going to hit every shot well, or you're not going to have a good hole every hole. So you have to learn how to be able to be resilient and come back on the next hole so that you don't blow up the whole day. And then you also learn just how to engage with people, because you're nurturing a conversation with someone that you may have never met before from hole 1 to hole 18. So you don't start off out the gate with the, hey, what do you do, da 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 da, and you kind of have to find a way to get to know them on a basic personal level that's not too deep, and then work your way into business conversation, because people, if you don't know them, they don't want to have those deep dive conversations right out the gate. So you're kind of learning that as well. So that's why I like golf so much, because it translates so well from what you do on the course to what you do in your business life. And so I'm happy to announce 2 things. One, I already mentioned earlier that I do the golf trip. So if you ever want to do a golf trip with me, I'll put the link in our newsletter and in the bio of this video. And you can come with me. This year, I'm going to Innisbrook near Tampa. I'm going to Nassau, Bahamas to do a learn and play there with some pros. Sedona, Arizona. And I'm going to Panama City, Panama. But also, what I'm excited to announce is I'm launching my first ever corporate leadership development program with the app 10K Golf, where I am working with companies to help teach their future leaders or sales teams or account managers how to learn and use golf as a tool for their business networking, so that they can build and generate more business and revenue. And so if you have any companies that you know of that could be interested, I will put a link in as well in the chat about the program. Just give you a general overview, and then of course you can schedule a call with me if you would like to learn more. But that's something I'm very excited about, because that's truly also why I developed the 10K Golf app, is because there's so many people who are worldwide learning golf for their business development, and they don't want to have to do trial and error for years and years. So with that, look forward to sharing more about what's going on in Ghana and my practice. I didn't get to do it this week because I've been moving around, but next week I will be on the course, and I will share some views of that beautiful golf course with you. All right, have a great week.